It's lights out and away we go. Bottas gets away well. He's alongside Lewis Hamilton and he's making a good progress. And there back is Daniel Ricciardo losing his front wing going into turn one. Bottas ahead of Hamilton. Vettel ahead of Leclerc. Verstappen going around the outside. There's carnage in the midfield.
Warning, obviously there's going to be spoilers ahead in this video.
Well done, Valtteri. You won the 2019 Australian Grand Prix. Great job, bravo. How about that? Yeah! Thank you, guys.
Now, Mercedes are obviously still the class of the field, although it does seem we have a new, more aggressive Valtteri Bottas this season. It almost feels a little bit like Rosberg told him how to out-psych Lewis Hamilton this year. And it's come across like that because, well, after the race, Lewis has actually started complaining that his car was damaged, had trouble. That's why he couldn't keep up pace, yet none of us actually saw any reason for this. Now, obviously he could have got some damage earlier on with the Renault front wing being spread across the track along with the Williams front wing, but I honestly think maybe Bottas has the better of Hamilton this year. He might just have that little bit of edge on him. Lewis may have just got a little bit lackadaisical, so to say. But yeah, Bottas definitely looks like a much more aggressive, much faster driver this year, and it's going to be interesting to see how this goes for the rest of the season.
Well, that's payback from last year, Valtteri.
Oh look, here he comes, he's getting closer, Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel. Oh, he almost was alongside the Ferrari, but now gets a really good getaway from turn two, and he is wheel to wheel with DRS down towards turn three. Max Verstappen moves up into third place.
It definitely seems at this race Red Bull have the engine package they have wanted from the start, a package that is focusing mainly on them and their team alone, and it's paid out with dividends for this race at least. Verstappen had the pace to be up there with the top teams and was miles ahead of the Ferraris. The Ferraris had no way to stop the Red Bull from passing. However, how much of that is Verstappen's talent and how much of that is the car's speed? As we saw with Pierre Gasly, he was struggling with the Red Bull for some stages and was not nearly as fast. However, if this package does hold out for the rest of the year, we may well see Red Bull as the second best team this season. However, if the Honda engine gives them trouble, will we start to see them starting to break ties with the engine?
It was tight, but he's managed to squeeze that Red Bull through and ahead of the Ferrari. And the two Ferraris are separated by Max Verstappen in the middle.
It definitely seems like Ferrari have a number one and a number two driver this year, sadly for Leclerc. It seems like he's signed a contract that says you have to keep Vettel in front of you if you can. It may be that they have a contract that says whoever goes into turn one first gets to lead or something like that, but it did look very much like Leclerc had to play second best to Sebastian Vettel. Now this could be a bad decision for Ferrari because it is a one-horse race, with Vettel being their obvious choice and keeping points away from Leclerc. If Leclerc turns out to be the one that scores more points this year, Ferrari are going to have some really big trouble. We'll have to see how this plays out for the rest of the season.
And on board with Grosjean is sending it down the
Norris
inside is Lando Norris. That time around, Giovinazzi couldn't keep the line that he wanted, and Lando Norris, about 5 laps too late, I'm sure, for his own liking, has finally got past the Alpha.
The race for the midfield might be the closest that we've seen this year, with teams like Haas maybe having the edge at the moment, but others such as Alfa Romeo, Renault, Racing Point, Toro Rosso and even McLaren are all extremely close, and you could see this in the race. They were all racing each other, all able to keep within each other's area. This also shows that maybe the FIA's regulations have worked. Racing is actually possible this season, but we will have to keep an extremely close look on this as the year progresses.
Grosjean goes down the inside into turn 13, manages to get past the Italian in the Alfa.
125 miles an hour in 5 seconds. They are awesome machines. And the 2005 Formula One World Championship is go! Great start by Fisichella from pole. Webber goes to the middle. Trulli looks defensive. David Coulthard's done well. He's up into fourth. He's having a look at Webber. He's up into third. Cracking start by David Coulthard.
Now, number 5 is a pretty obvious one from past year's performance, but you can never really tell much from Melbourne. Yes, I know this means the list I made was a little bit pointless. However, Albert Park is never a great track to tell who is the absolute fastest car package, driver package over the whole year. With a more traditional Grand Prix circuit as Bahrain is coming up next, we will know a lot more then. Now, however, what we did see in Australia was Ferrari team putting their money on only the one driver. A shaken Lewis Hamilton. Trouble with Renault engines again. Renault are still having trouble. Williams, of course, being very, very down on pace. However, one bright side for Williams is both of their cars finished, which is a great result for them considering they had so many issues during testing. Missing a whole couple of days of testing really put them back. This was a glorified test session for them, and in all honesty, until we get to Europe, it is going to be a glorified test session for them. We won't know their pace until the European part of the season comes. We do know, however, that Renault teams, with McLaren as well even, they've lost MGKU unit. They've lost a part of their engine already at the start of the season. Renault seem to still be on that sort of issue with reliability, yet Honda have proven that they haven't. Now, I've just got the 2005 season here just in the background because, well, this is a great look at the 2005 season because Ferrari were nowhere. Alonso was nowhere. There was McLaren's down in the mid-pack. Toyota looked fast. And by the end of the season, this had all changed. Of course, Renault did become the sort of team to beat by the end of the year, but Ferrari were very close. McLaren were very close. The main teams will come up, and it's going to be the same this year. It's going to be Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull fighting it out. But who will be the best of the rest? And who is going to be champion? Only time will tell. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a comment below if you have. Until next time, this is me, Carl. Out. Bye-bye.